We're in, and we've got audio.
Gang, what up, friends? How we doing?
All right, everybody in the chat, sensible ones, please. Like Jerry, tell us how the audio levels are because, yeah, Stone, you could do that too. Bit of a thing. No, it's not. It's not an answering questions.
Yeah, I don't know
But
what was going on with your audio today, Scott. Jeez, bro.
the problem I have is that every time I go to join this, it set it up in OBS. It's just rubbish. It's just rubbish. There's no other way of describing it. I get really frustrated. I have had an hour without a smoke or a drink, and it's getting late here.
Whatever will you do?
I know it's getting late here, so it's 10 o'clock. You know, I've had a long high day. Do you know what I mean? Thank you very much for letting me that the audio seems fine. I was going back through the existing. Was going back through the old streams, and I always sound like I'm way louder than everybody else, which I don't want to come across as being obnoxious. And thanks for the follow, Dragon
You
Man.
are obnoxious. That's okay.
B. I see I'm getting some sensible people there. Somebody's asking me, will I be answering any questions? No. I've seen a few people there. I've seen a few names. Normally what we do on these streams is that Dave and I go through the best MrRipper stories that have been uploaded that don't necessarily fit a video, but they're worthy of a read out live on the internet. Last week we had a call-in show, which, not last week, the week before, we had a call-in show, Dave. That went well.
Yeah, that was fun. I would so do that again.
What I found was funny was one guy sat with hand up in the Discord stage for about 20 minutes and then wanted to know why we were playing these games, which I thought was a bit random. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, didn't he ask, like, when are we going to grow up?
Yeah, that's what it was. When are we going to grow up? It's like, I'm nearly 40. If I was going to grow up, I would have grown up by now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I already did grow up, and I still play these games. Like, deal with it.
Exactly. No, it's not necessarily a question. It's not. We don't really answer questions as such. We will give our opinions and stuff. And if you If you ask a question in the chat and we want to answer it, we'll answer it. Is that right, Dave? We're cool, two cool dudes.
Yeah, we're two cool dudes. If it's a question that like doesn't seem dumb as shit, like we'll probably get around to it.
Yeah, and if it's not about Israel and Palestine as well, which some guy waited for to ask us our opinions on that, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, family-friendly fucking show. Do you know what I mean? Sorry for the swears. I know what I was going to say, Jerry, there's old folks that play a bit of D&D, the OG ones from back in the late 70s, early 80s. That'd be a brave age if they picked it up in their 30s. There is a noticeable... There's somebody who is not here tonight. Press F for J. Ross.
He made the decision today to be a sussy baka, and as a result, he will be sussy baka next. Actually, I won't be here next week, so he'll either be back next week or the week after.
No, there's no stream next week. There's no stream. No Dave, no stream.
Oh, bless your heart.
It's true facts.
Bless your heart.
It's true facts.
Yeah, because I'm the only one willing to read these stories. Like,
yeah, well, Brian got
you
sacked.
won't read. Brian won't read. J. Ross can't read. Scott can't read. Like I feel like I'm doing y'all a service here.
You are.
Like translator services.
100%, 100%, and we all love you for it, Dave.
I do it out of love.
You do.
I'm also totally making a synthwave song that you can't even hear right now.
Right. I have had a light flick this week. A light flick. Actually, because Dave is away on his holidays next week, this week's work was checked a wee tiny bit earlier just to give him a bit more time to get ahead so he can enjoy himself on his holidays.
It's going to be a nice holiday.
Are you doing anything nice? Are you going canoeing or are you away to see the family?
I'm going to see my lady out in Portland.
Ooh. It's very close. Portland, isn't it? It's very close. We had this.
Well, a 2-hour flight.
We had this. I know. I was shocked. I thought it was a 2-hour drive, not a 2-hour flight. And then people were like, "Oh, America's a big place." I mean, I know. I've seen Google Maps before. I know how the wee scale works in the bottom right-hand corner. I've seen that. Look at this here. Dave, you see the screen? Oh, I haven't even turned...
No, I can't. 1 second.
Oh, no, I haven't turned on the screen sharing, so you can't see it. It's going to break everything on the screen.
Oh, you've ruined everything, haven't you? I knew something was missing.
Oh, Dave.
I can regale them with music. You can go on a BRB mode and set it all up real quick.
I can't because I need to actually see the screen to do it, so I can't even go on the BRB mode.
See what screen?
Well, I can't really adjust the screen without... If I'm in BRB, they're seeing BRB, and I'm seeing BRB, and then I can't change it. Right, let's just go for it. I'm going to flick it on the BRB for 2 seconds, folks. Not even going to kill the audio.
Cool. I'm going to feed my music.
Yeah, you can do the music there. Oh, it's not even full size here. I'm going to have to fix that first. 1 second. You can see I am an absolute legend at this. Okay, let me minimize. Let me go share screen. Go live. Oakley. And if I go stream like live, we are broken. Let me fix this. It's me full big screen, guys. Dave, I can't hear a word. I can't hear anything. There we go. If I ever figure out Twitch and I start a YouTube channel, I start a game streaming channel, I want you to do me some synthwave musics.
Sorry?
I need you to do me some music for my Twitch channel if I ever get playing anything on it.
We can do that. Have we got the stream working yet? Have you edited it out?
Apart from the fact that I can see your 5-head, but that's about it. I'm nearly done.
My 5-head, eh?
I knew that would trigger you there saying that.
This fucking mic is so in my way. I hate it.
Same here. I have to change my wee mic stand broke, and now I've got a big stupid arm thing. Thanks, Dave, for the music. Oh, it really makes us feel your face isn't intense enough. There we go. How many people did we lose?
Timing all fucking.
Ready.
There it is.
Let's find a story, folks. Let's skim this one. Yeah. Davidgers. Watermelon Warrior said hi, but more importantly, there's a story to read. If you can see it on screen.
I love a story. Cool. Yo, it is like literally 100 degrees, and I have my air conditioning blasting, and it's still too hot. I might like go hide in my car.
What's 100 degrees in real numbers? 30.
And in real numbers, about 30, 35, something like that.
22
It's
in
just too
here.
hot.
22.
And
I
just
get
too hot, bro.
air conditioning. Just open the door.
It feels like 50 because I'm Canadian. All right, this was posted by you/psychological host 81 one day ago. River crossing XP 5000. Wow, encounter beaten by a 4 level 2 party. Okie dokie. I'm gonna get my drink ready for this one. Context. The party needs to contact the other tribe. The party was given 2 choices. Take the long way, which would take them 6 days and it's far, far safer, or cross the wide river and make their travel 4 days, but the river crossing is a very, very hard encounter. Characters: level 2 fighter, shepherd druid, level 2 wild mage sorcerer, level 2 rogue, warhorse, a pet owl, and equipper familiar. Monsters: 12 crocodiles, two near giant crocodiles, CR3, 65 HP, 2d10 plus 5 damage, DC 15 to not get grapple, and plus 6 bonus to hit. Before combat, to cross the river, they need their equipment to be carried by the druid, and the druid would wild shape into a draft horse. They also made a raft to make floating easier, but made their speed slower. The warhorse and the druid are tied to the raft because horses can swim in water. Search it. The Quipper Scouts in its wisdom check informed them that the river is infested with crocodiles. They made the Quipper lure the crocs away, and they got lured away for 500 feet away. Combat. Initiative. The rogue and fighter started shooting arrows at a disadvantage, and the sorcerer's ready action for Chaos Bolt. The first Chaos Bolt crits, and also it jumped to another croc. Sadly, it didn't hit the other croc, but what it did is that I made him roll a d20, and it procs a wild magic surge. Because of the proc, the sorcerer gained the advantage on perception checks. What it did is they now see the 2 near giant crocs moving through the water. Because of the luring, they still got 3 rounds of kiting the crocs and killed 5 of them. When the 3 crocs and 2 near giant crocs approached the raft, the rogue jumped on the raft and protected it, and at the druid's turn he used the totem aura, 8 rounds in. The 2 near giant crocs now only remains. We agreed to take a break here and made them talk with each other for a strategy. You know how they survived this long? The 2 crocs only made a total of 4 hits because the dice gods want my players to win. 1 on the rogue, 1 on the warhorse. It did crit though, but it's not enough to down it. 1 on the fighter, 1 on the druid. The crocs always miss, and for some reason, the owl critted twice. We use the owl bear's dice tray. 12th round. The totem got off. 13th round. The source used Tides of Chaos, and on that turn I made him roll the Wild Surge because he cast a spell. He rolled and made the Surge to cast a non-concentration fly on the warhorse. At 14th round, the rogue got down and nearly died. At the Sork's turn, he fed the good berry to the rogue, and at the end of the round, the near giant croc's health is down to 10. At 15th round, the rogue attacked the last standing croc, and now the croc died, all of them exhausted. Now they just got level 3 on single combat. Edit. I made this encounter a deadly TPK to make them avoid crossing it. I gave them chances to go back. I always root for my players, but that what my monsters do. What would my monsters do? No fudge rolls. Roll for fudge. Is delicious. Attack rolls are seen by the players. We all enjoyed the session, and I was happy that my players survived. Okay, so is it just me, or did that read like, one of those YouTube videos? I fed 1,000 Dungeons and Dragons stories from r/MrRipper into an AI and told it to write its own Dungeons and Dragons story.
Yeah.
Here are the results.
I know, and I only know one guy.
Here is one such results.
I know one guy.
That's what
he
you
rolls
get
for
when
fudge.
the whole subreddit. When the whole subreddit is just Dragon Boy alts, like no wonder that you get Dragon Boy AI.
Is Dragon Boy with us tonight? Oh, yes, he is. He's on the old Twitch. He insists on watching Twitch. Insists on it. He's a fan. Yeah, no. Thanks for submitting. Who was it? Psychological host. 81.
Thank you. You're a very nice robot.
Actually got quite a few comments. Oh, totally lost where I am.
Bless our mess.
Yeah, Reddit went down on me a couple of nights ago. That would have been. I just realised that it's up
Man,
and
that
down.
must have been nice. How much did you pay for the pleasure?
You're a bad man. You're a bad man. Yeah, I got a Stream Deck, and I have absolutely done nothing with it. So I
I'll
could be
take
doing
it
all that zoom in
and
stuff.
ship it to me.
I know, just haven't got around to
I
actually.
can do 100 things with it. Look at all the controllers that I have here. Did you see the iPad controller I made
Yeah,
for my looping setup?
I like
it
it
says
just-
yeet.
yeah. Every button says yeet by the looks of it.
Not every button. So the way it's set up is if there's an A and B for each instrument set. So like for one for percussion, A and B for bass, A and B for synths, A and B for guitars, etc. And then each yeet button triggers a looper, either looper A or looper B. And then begone thought stops the looper. And then oops and oof. Oops is the undo button. Oof is the clear button. And then ye cuts the loop in half. And then yeet doubles the length of the loop. Nope mutes the inputting return. And then yeet is reverse. And so then you just have that 7 times.
There's only one man I know that sort of naming convention would be appropriate for, and it would be yourself.
Yeah, but it serves its purpose.
As long as you remember, as long as it's personalized, so
It's not about what's written on the buttons. To be
Yeah.
honest, it's about the color of the buttons. As long as I can remember the color of the buttons, the rest is just for show.
What about your keyboard though? That looks awfully like the colors don't mean nothing on that. It just changes.
No, that's not true at all. The purple one is the root of the key that I'm playing in.
Oh, I'm talking about your keyboard.
Oh, this one. Oh, this keyboard.
Yeah, the
keyboard.
RBG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those colors don't do nothing. These colors don't do shit.
Do you want me to read a short one, Dave? You want to read a wee
Yeah,
short
please
one?
read me a short. No, why don't you read a short one?
No, I don't want to read. I can't read out loud.
You could read this
Okay.
with your incredible Irish brogue. I'll play for you.
I'm illiterate. We know this.
No, you're
Right.
literate.
Okay.
You're one of us, literate boy.
Okay. This is really rad story too, I think. Well, I don't know actually. Feel under pressure. I'm trying not to drink as much, so my performance levels have dipping. So they are. Okay. No, I can't do it, Dave. I can't do it.
Which word's throwing you?
My. First letter on. Okay. This is a story posted by Prince Decronis 12 one day ago. You see, I'm even using your patter, Dave. Using your patter. My boss was one shot. Once I had a powerful mini boss that I wanted to fight the party. Then the battle started through. As the battle started low, the Hexblade Warlock just pushed him into his demi plane and deleted it. And that's how my coolest boss was one shot before I could do anything. And then a random edit. This boss was like level 17. It's supposed to be a recurring challenge for the grip. See guys, I think that's my first ever story I've read after about a year and a half. Didn't do a very good job of it though. And I managed not to mute myself, Dave.
I wasn't even listening. I was playing.
I know you weren't. That's probably a good
Goodbye.
thing. That's probably a good thing.
That was well done, Scott. You did an excellent job.
You're such a dick.
Gold
What?
star.
What is going on here with my it keeps on like double clicking. And now I read it won't load up. There we go.
I got one of those vertical mice, eh?
Oh right, so your hands holding like a taco sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a new
Well,
mouse
yeah,
too.
like a taco. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Are we gonna show off our new mice? Is that what we're gonna
Go
do?
for it. I got a Corsair wireless one.
I got an app for this.
You got an
Please
app?
ignore my unfinished salad. It's in the middle of eating lunch when we started, but that's okay. It's so hot here. Ugh, I feel like I'm dying inside. This is my mouse.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna cover that because y'all can't see that at home.
I was gonna say, but Dave, I was gonna say you can't really game with that, but I suppose you
It's
don't.
got
really-
RGB, so you technically can.
Well, that's it. I
If
suppose
it has lights on it, you can clearly game with it.
Yeah. If you use a controller
It's not a
anyway,
trackball.
you use a
It's
controller.
not a trackball.
No, it's
and
not.
The thumbstick just acts as a second WASD.
Cheers, Chris.
That's it.
Chris is going mad with the bits on Twitch, so he is, and he's cheering
Oh,
us.
is he now?
Yeah, you know all
Oh,
about that.
I'm sweating. I'm dying here. Oh shoot, Chris, look at that, going mad with the bits.
He says he's
Going
trying to make
mad.
it cool. He's trying to make it cooler.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Is it helping? Am I still sweating? I feel like I'm still sweating.
Oh,
I guess we
Jerry,
need
you
more
missed that, did you? You've been paying money to see that too, and you missed it.
Sweaty Dave. Dang, you missed the Ripper's first read in a long time, possibly ever, but probably not. I feel like I've peer pressured him into reading.
Do you want to see my dog, Dave, before we continue?
Yes, I
Luna.
love the pupper.
Luna had some surgery, so she did there on Friday. Come on, dog.
Let's see that baby.
She's sleeping. No, she's down here, so she's. You probably can't see her. You see her? She's down there. She's got a wee bodysuit on because she got the old.
Oh no!
So she did.
Poor baby. Poor little baby. Wow, I am like damp.
You moist, are you? You moist?
Yeah, look at that. Look at that sheen.
Dave was enjoying my belly earlier on there, weren't you, Dave?
I got a full like shot of the dad bod, and it was like
Glorious.
it was just so comfortable.
That's one way of putting it. Do you know, Dave, and everybody out there watching before we go on to the next story, I have a bit of a. Thank you very much, Jerry. I have. He keeps on super chatting. He's told not to do it. He always does it for really bad reasons too.
Oh, absolute mad lad.
I had a bet with somebody in the house, and not I'm going to get into too much. And it was the first person to lose 1 stone, which is what, £13, £14. We had a £50 bet, and I weighed myself after I had my dinner, and then I weighed myself not long before I was talking to you, Dave, and I lost 1.5 stones. So what's that? £40 or something. So I have to go and buy new scales tomorrow because it's not really a fair bet.
I believe you.
No, the stones, the scales are terrible. So they are. It's like how could you lose 1.5 stones in what 4 hours, 3 hours? Right, let's go. Well, you could if you were my brother, but I'll tell you about that later on. My Discord account got banned. Help. Okay. I think I know who wrote this already. I need help. My Discord account got hacked when I was away for 2 days at my dad's house, and now banned because my account spammed everyone, and I was banned for spam. How can you help? How can I help appeal this? Thanks. I've never
Not
heard.
here.
I think I've never heard.
This person is not even a member of our subreddit.
This is not a tech support subreddit. Thank you. I don't believe your story that you were away and your account got hacked.
Yeah, I believe you probably did something and fucked up, and then we're just terrified of the accountability that follows. What are you drinking tonight, Scott?
Well,
the nice rosé.
I have an emergency glass of rosé. Yes, I'm gonna go and get my drink in a wee minute.
You read 2 stories in a row. That's crazy.
I know. I can't actually read. I'm not like complete. Like the letters sometimes the words make some sort of sense every once in a while. There's Philippe. Yeah. Oh, Lois is here.
We have been blessed with 2 Ripper reads today. What a blessing.
I missed this earlier on. Funniest thing PC's latched on to. Part 3. I like the way people are now adding the parts and the stuff.
Yeah. I like that.
I can't see it.
Keep more of that energy, gang.
I can't see that cheer box thing. No. Somebody's cheered, so we're gonna have to answer it.
Oh,
Chris.
They cheer.
Chris.
What
Dave,
does Chris want?
What would your what would be a good class for a werewolf ASMR?
A werewolf ASMR. Hang
on, Dave's.
You try like maybe an Oathbreaker Paladin would make for some cool backstory. I would say maybe I would argue Oathbreaker Paladin. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, basically, if you super chat or you cheer on Twitch, we'll answer it. We have some people asking about asking questions, but that's just out of politeness. Do you know what I mean? If somebody's going to go out of their way to cheer, send bits, or send super chats.
Yeah, 100%.
Nobody ever asked me questions like, how do you keep your beard so shiny? Shit like that there. You know what I mean? How do you keep your beard so shiny, Dave? Sweat?
Mostly, it's the sweat.
It's just sweat.
Yeah.
I don't think I would do too well. I'm clinically obese, and I've got a full head of hair and beard.
Your bloodline is weak, and your family would not survive the winter.
I don't think. Oh, I'd survive the winter in LA, but I don't think I'd survive the summer.
No, I don't think I'm going to survive the summer neither.
Although I booked my holiday for next year, so I'm excited. Where did all these threads come from? I was checking earlier on. Sorry, this is not really a great stream up. You can tell I'm sort of slightly off here tonight. Oh. What is that, Dave? Like an advert for something? You watch Surfing the Net, are you, and getting adverts? They're coming through on your screen.
No, I slowed down the tempo of the Ableton session that I had running so I could do some.
We'll give this one. I was Dragon Boy. We always have to do a Dragon Boy, but this one looks like it's wrote ever so slightly differently. We'll do our nightly Dragon Boy. It's Portland warm at the moment.
Ugh, I'm gonna die. It's like 90. It's about 90 degrees in my apartment right now, and I'm already dead.
It's warmer. It's warmer in Portland's apartment at the moment. Ms. Neaters. Sweaty. That's it.
Oh yeah, it's so sweaty. There's no control.
It's nice. It's nice and cool here in my room. Right, Dave. Go and do your. I'll read the Dragon Boy next time. I think the next week I'll do a Dragon Boy. How's that sound, Dave? If you read this one, it's a real Dragon Boy, not an alt.
It's a real Dragon Boy.
It's a real Dragon Boy.
Wow. A discovery. The party awoke from their long rest. Story concept given by Reddit user u/grat2. Just another Dragon Boy alt, guaranteed. The party awoke from their long rest. Backstory from the fight last night against the large basilisk guarding the Lich's cave. The half-elf ranger Iliath restringing her bow and sheathing all 5 of the daggers upon her person. She was searching for the Lich who killed her mother, a powerful mage who tried to save the world and came so close, only to fail at the last moment. Get the fuck up, you backless maggots! Today we kill this asshole once and for all! Hold on, this needs drums now. Yeah. It needs a march, right? It needs a march. Yeah. Anyway, the others groggily get up one after the other. Get the cleric getting up and putting on his amulet. One to the devotees of the Raven Queen. Another, a fighter with a bow, with now cord, firing steel with powder and fire, loaded his weapon and spat into the dirt as he got up. The party's newest addition, an old man rogue about 52 years of age, one with a rapier at his hip and a crossbow attached under the forearm. When the razor froze upon seeing an amulet upon the new hire, a man by the name of Vithrinos, hanging from his neck, she froze. Why do you have my mother's amulet? The rogue looked up to find an arrow drawn, aimed at his head. What the? The other members of the band froze at the altercation, not wanting to interfere with the hot-headed assassin-esque ranger. She hissed through gritted teeth. I'll ask again. Why do you have her amulet? Her bowstring tense as the rogue tilted his head. It was my wife's. She hissed again. What was her name? He hung his head. Rosalind. Her name was Rosalind. His hand clutched the amulet. This lich killed her and her friends, and I want to fucking end them. It was his turn to hiss as a tear fell down the cheek of Iliath. her bowstring slacking as she lessens the draw gently. She was my mother. She always said she met a dashing human who was sneaky and charming. I, you, and thus she found another parent that she thought was lost. Thank you again for all the story suggestions, and please share your own stories of yours. Yes, please. All you Dragon Boy alts out there in Mr. Ripperverse.
Yes, all Dragon Boy alts are loved and cherished and appreciated here at Mr. Ripper. Wait for Dave to agree.
Yes.
Possibly not.
I cherish all you sweet little goofballs. I'm sorry. I'm not made for this heat, bro.
Here, do you want to know something, Dave? I was just working out what the outside temperature.
I might actually go grab an ice pack to just like sit down on.
If you
keep my
if
core
you want
cool.
to do that, we can. I might. I'll just before you do that, though, I'm gonna let you know the outside temperature here, and it's just perfect. It's just like the temperature I like, unless I'm on holiday with low drink in me. 64.4 degrees Fahrenheit. How much would you?
I want it. I wouldn't give for anything in the 60s right now, bro.
But that's like
thank you for subscribing.
That's the winter for you though in LA, isn't it? That's what you get in the winter.
Basically winter, yeah. I would kill for that. Right
That's
now.
our summer. That's our summer. That's as nice as it gets. Do you know what I mean? And it never drops below 0 here. So, yeah. But I got a wee bit of a sheen going on, just a bit toasty, you know. It's about 70 in my office.
It's too hot. Can't, bro. Can't.
Right. Do you want to go and get an ice pack, and I'll go and pour myself a wee? I get myself a wee beer. Right. I don't like doing this, but I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Boop.
Back now. Oh, stream set. Here we go. Here we go. We're back. Look, Dave. Look. Oh
Yeah, is that a cold beer?
Is
Is that a Ginus?
It's actually very cold. So it's too cold.
Nice ice cold Ginus.
Nice cold Ginus, and I just finished off my drink here. Ready.
Got this giant ice pack just sitting here comfortably on my groin.
Ooh.
Because it's my brilliant girlfriend informed me that it's a great way to quickly restore cold temperatures to all of the body through the core. Like it's a quick way to cool down your whole core. It's true. It's working. I already feel like 2 degrees cooler.
Mind you, my penis is pretty cold. I'm pretty cold too, I suppose. So, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're in Ireland, so I would assume it's quite chilly.
Yeah.
But over here, where we live the American dream, okay? Where we live the American dream to serve our corporate overlords is hot as fuck. Because of global warming, because of also our corporate overlords.
Be all glad to know on Thursday I get my second dose of Bill Gates virus. So I do.
Oh, you got your Fauci ouchie coming?
Yeah, second dose. I'll have my 5G antenna. You know.
Oh wow!
So
you
you
should
can
install a 5G antenna immediately so you can and get inspired by blazing fast speeds.
Hello. Well, yeah, I'm good. I got 14 upvotes, and I'm gonna make it. Oh, it was 14 2 seconds ago. Now it's 13. There we go. There we go. Another story, Dave. Another story.
Hello, Kasich, and hello, Chris.
Hello. Sorry for this being the most.
I'm just trying to keep up with chat while not melting to the best of my ability.
Sorry for this being the most bitsy stream ever in history.
Yo, this is definitely one of the jankier ones, but I'm fucking here for it. Let's get drunk, bro.
We love a good janky stream, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird to think that Jay Ross makes the streams more professional.
I don't know how. He's pretty useless.
It's true, though. I'd love to know what his personal thing was. Something came up.
You know what it is we don't look as bad by comparison when J. Ross is on the stream. That's all that is.
Oh,
He's our
dear.
foil. He's the ultimate foil.
How many people in the chat are from the UK? And I know you are, Sir Stoner's Guide to Games. He said hi. How many other people are from the chat? We're from the United of Kingdoms. Okay, I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna let you know anyway, and I'm gonna throw this out to Stone on Twitch. Remember Bo Selecta? I hope he's watching.
Bo Selecta?
Bo Selecta. Dave, don't Google it right now. Leave it till after.
Is it an Ali G character? Because it sure sounds like it.
It's sort of the same idea, actually. Oh, Kazakh, remember Bo Selecta? Bo Selecta. J. Ross reminds me of a Bo Selecta character, so you can Google that one after. See if, just remember they used to always wear the glasses. Just I don't know. He just gives me that vibe. So while he's deeply offended whenever he watches back on the stream and then Googles it, you know. Right. Okay.
Right. Story time. Posted by you/demonic harem. I want to know where this harem is and if I'm a welcome guest. Thank you. Too much darkness and death in backstories. Give me some nice and calm backstories that don't darken the mood. I recently made this character and am quite proud of him. Torin Nockix, a gold dragonborn who grew up in a minor town. He is the son of an extremely frisky tiefling mage and a dragon, granting him substantial magic power as well as fire breath, not to mention glorious horns. He learned enough through books of other races and locations that found their way through the town that he has knowledge on most things and can speak a fair number of languages. At the ripe old age of 30, he decided that, having grown up isolated with only books and his imagination to distract him, since he wasn't allowed in the mine because fire breath, he would spend the next few decades of his life adventuring in order to see and experience the world, then travel back to tell the stories in town he grew up in. Inspiring the isolated children and teens to not let dreams be dreams, he would endure through everything to fulfill his self-made promise, forming the foundation for all of his feats and skills. Through the next few years, he played his hand at a traveling guardsman for hire, learning the ways of magic from a few of his more eccentric clients. This led him to hone his abilities as a warlock, and upon the day of his 41st birthday, more than a decade after he had left his hometown, he discovered a hexblade with a link to the plane of shadow. What followed was an intense battle of will and intelligence between him and the deity who claimed the sword. He fought back until, out of sheer respect for his strength of will and determination, the deity begrudgingly admitted a draw between them. It granted him knowledge on various arcane things, from basic spells to complex sorceries, even hexes, and how to weave layer upon layer of illusions together until even he struggled to tell where reality ended and imagination began. Through all of this, the deity grew attached to him and decided to become his patron. Soon after this, he came across a wandering party of adventurers, and this is where his campaign starts. The deity continues to randomly challenge Torin to tests of strength, intelligence, and willpower when he is not occupied, keeping him on his toes at all times, pushing him to grow stronger, to make sure he keeps his own promise. It's a badass character right there.
Very badass, and I've also read that the whole way through. In fact, that's confusing me because that's a series actually, and that's the long. I had a bit of a thing, bit of a melter. But I read that, and you were about halfway through it, and I was like, this is going to be the story of the night, and it's not even the right story. So, congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll definitely make a video once we get a few more responses for it, a few more quality responses, and that one will be.
Yeah, we gotta get that good.
And that'll be right at the very top. Did you know that Jerry Ferguson is from the United Kingdom or the UK?
I did not know that Jerry Ferguson was
United State of Kentucky.
United States of Kentucky.
But having said that, normally when people,
that's genius.
Normally
Jerry,
when people,
no way you're from Kentucky.
No way.
It's too clever.
The thing about it is that when people laugh at their own jokes, they're not meant to be funny. But he laughed at his own joke, and it was funny, so he had every right to laugh at his own joke. So
yeah. I agree. Here's the thing. I think if you find something funny enough that as you say it, it makes you laugh, I think it's probably funny.
Can add to it,
There's a good chance.
But you come across like a complete muppet if you laugh and you're pissing yourself the whole way through telling the story or the joke.
Depends
And
on if you've got a funny laugh.
yeah, and then you realize it's not funny.
You know what? You know what? I'll not have it.
Cause like you must be quite young then if you didn't watch both selected, but you know how to you don't you did actually like type it incorrectly, so maybe you know more about it than what you're letting on. So you get the wee hyphen at the bow bit. You never got Keith Lemon, did you, Dave? In Canada
Keith Lemon.
or
No.
Avid Marion? No.
No.
I'll send you a couple of them. They're funny.
Some classic comedy.
It is some mid 2000s classic Channel 4 comedy where basically everybody's offended, and if he wrote anything like that now, he would be like, well, considering that like most of his characters were blackface.
Oh, that would never hold up today.
It doesn't hold up well today at all, considering he spent the early half of the year apologizing.
Bro, have you played Family Feud for the Super Nintendo? That shit does not hold up today.
No, it doesn't.
Some of those questions are very, very sexist against women. Like, it was a different time, boys, and I never thought I'd be at the age where I'm saying it was a different time, but oh my fuck.
I know. It's just some things you just don't get away with, but it's whenever you're having to go back through and apologize to basically everybody from that era, you know you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, that's a big fuck up. That's a big oopsie fucko boingo.
Yeah, but it is funny if you take it from the context that he's writing it from, if you know what I mean. It's just that it just doesn't go down too well.
Unlike your Reddit, which did go down on you quite well.
We're struggling here, Dave.
What, no good stories?
Not really that
Not
much.
enough?
Not enough, buddy. Although we've got a lot to go back.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't go for a couple weeks there.
Yeah, I might just change my search here ever so slightly.
That's cool. I'm still icing my crotch, just trying to keep my body temperature from an overheat. Feels good, man. See if you can see it with this angle. Not really.
But you getting wet though? You know, like moist, like like cool, or is it evaporating because it's so warm?
It's evaporating because it's so warm. My shit's mad dry, son. Oh, there's a fresh one. Possibly people. A funny D&D story. Now, if you let's go. Ripper,
if you
why
laugh,
don't you read it?
no, I'm not reading it. I'm not reading it. But if you laugh, if you read it and laugh, then it's officially funny. If you laugh halfway through. Okay, yeah, we've got the right camera on for this. Director's cut here.
A funny D&D story posted by u/Scout264 not 25 minutes ago. In one of the first games of D&D I played, I found out that our Dragonborn barbarian had beat the shit out of an orc and rolled a nat 20 on intimation to get the orc to be his girlfriend. He named the orc Cuddleface, and in one encounter, he ended up killing himself to get out of it. And now, whenever I play with that party, we name most everything we can Cuddleface.
Look at yourself. That's making me laugh. Almost everything. Almost everything. Cuddleface. That bit was actually slightly tickling. I need some finger action going on, zooming in and out and all, you know. Yeah, get Dave close up, just right in the eyebrow or whatever way it was angled. Done that one, done that one, done that one. Looking for... Oh, we got a cross post here.
Ooh, looks long. Looks like a whole video.
No, it's not quite a whole video. It's not even that. It's part one though. But it's terrible mayonnaise terrorists. of table
I
sugar.
fucking love mayonnaise. Like, you
I,
don't
that
even know
that
how much
that
mayonnaise
on
I
its
make
own
with
has made
Target.
me want to go for it. To be honest,
Let's go. Let's go. Let's talk about mayo
and,
terrorists.
and it's another Dragon Ball alt as well.
Oh, is it a
A
small
small
tool?
tool, a small tool. I like it because it does that translates. I worry sometimes whenever I crack a joke like that. Here, Dave. Before we start, did you watch the video that I sent you about Northern Irish accents? Did you watch it?
Yep. Oh my god. So good.
Did it help you? Did it help?
No, there's no helping me. That's kind of what that video taught me is that there is simply no understanding in Northern Irish accent. I think the secret is I need about three more of these, and then I'll start to my brain will slur enough to like keep up with your slur, and then from there we'll have it figured out.
It's funny. Oh dear. Yeah, mayonnaise as well. And mayonnaise is also flammable as well. That came up a
Yeah, I
lot.
mean it's made with oil.
Yeah. So it's an instrument because you can light it.
Oh, you could totally sample mayonnaise as an instrument.
Yeah.
You can add it to a snare drum for extra squish.
That was one of my favorite ones actually. The mayonnaise, flammable mayonnaise.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
like
pretty
that one.
cool actually.
That was pretty good. You did that one, didn't
Posted
you?
by you slash a small tool 19 days ago, the terrible mayonnaise terrorists of Tableshire, part one. For context, this was around mid-campaign in a game I'd run with a few D&D friends on Discord. It was around mid-level, at the point where they were able to use their earnings and things in a wider array of ways. We were playing in a homebrew setting with a few supplements added on for a more silly vibe to accompany the cuisine and cooking-centric setting that the world revolved around. I'm here for it. So it all began at the local Mad Scientists. I just successfully DM'd a side quest where players were set to maraud an egg-themed dungeon and slay the giant chicken that guarded a nest of giant eggs that a mad scientist wanted. But the two people that had to transport the eggs afterwards were the party druid and alchemist artificer. This was because the other three were focused on selling the meat of the giant chicken to market. One thing to note about these two, they hated this mad scientist. The druid hated him because he'd almost gotten killed on all of his quests, and was forced to help his party in slaying what he saw as a holy beast, the giant chicken, Abraxas. The alchemist hated him because he was a rival alchemist that stole his plans for a potion brewing system that revolutionized the industry. They wait downstairs in the lab, and the alchemist is angrily reading through the mad doctor's notes, trying to find secrets before he came downstairs. The scientist eventually came down the stairs just as he read about something along the lines of an egg detonator. The doctor doesn't like them either, so the exchange is rather terse and minimal. The alchemist was doing most of the talking. He was bickering with him for a while, since he'd only paid. It moved and I lost it. Since he'd only paid them half of what he promised, though it got cut short Though it got cut short after the half-orc druid fiddled with a modified alchemy jug and messed up an experiment. They were kicked out with a handful of gold pieces and left angrily before he called the town guard. The two characters and players were pissed. They started a plan of revenge. I help mediate what the characters can buy in between sessions with their earnings, and one of them asks if they could buy an alchemist's jug. I didn't think much of it at the time, but this was the beginning of the chaos. The giant chicken sold for a pretty penny, and the two of them hired a team of farmhands to tend after the now domesticated egg dungeon with their money and actually make the town's economy a little bit better later on. So they're essentially revered as members of the community that helped the town thrive through livestock, milk, and dairy export as they reach about 13th level. But the artificer's been having the warlock steal bits and pieces of the mad scientist's notes for him through his familiar. He mucked up a stealth check once, though, and so the scientist got suspicious and started locking his notes away. Through the notes, the alchemist is able to find a way to weaponize eggs before the scientist does. It turns out the scientist was thinking of a way to utilize the sulfur in mayonnaise to create explosives for mining services or something. I got the idea after hearing about how mayo was essentially as flammable as biofuel. He essentially used his downtime and money to secretly rip off, steal, test, and improve his rival's recipe to make a more potent explosive from the alchemy jug's practically endless supply of mayo, and the produce from the egg dungeon. After that, we didn't hear much about it, until one day he asked the rogue to deliver a parcel to his lab in Tableshire as a spite-driven, "I'm doing better than you" present, as he described it. So he did, and the party went to the tavern to eat dinner. Then the alchemist's player slipped me a note. Later on, there was a commotion outside. There was a huge explosion at the lab. When the adventurers got there, the lab reeked to high hell of vinegar brimstone. The alchemist made a packaged egg bomb, and the rogue unknowingly delivered it. Honestly, I'd been dropping hints about it the entire time, but it was still surprising how much he'd planned for this. After that, there was an investigation with the campaign's resident gnomish gumshoe investigator NPC, Dr. Moonthistle. The scientist survived and was acting hysterical. The notes that were set in the safe were mostly intact and legible enough for the detective to rule it a freak accident caused by incompetent experimentation with the explosives. I'm not sorry. You should be. After a few days of sitting on it, and they closed the case. So he packed up his things and moved his study to his main lab in the capital, getting him out of Tableshire, besmirched but alive. Soon after, the artificer burned all of his own research of the explosives. After that, effectively getting rid of his paper trail, but that wasn't the end of it. Not by a long shot. TLDR, party's artificer and druid got crossed by a mad scientist, made an economy boom, then a mayonnaise Unabomber boom, and vengeance.
I like that. I want part 2.
Mm-hmm.
I like anything with flammable, explosive mayonnaise.
Yeah,
chickens. I do. Dave, I think the person who wrote this was on Facebook Marketplace in Belfast, Northern Ireland, earlier on today.
Why? What makes you say that? Were you trying to sell explosive mayonnaise?
No, but you know the way every time there's a riot in America, and I would say to you, oh, it's like a weekly thing here.
Yeah.
And then there's a small-ish riot in Belfast, and you're like, certain members of our Discord were asking me if I was okay, although it was only like 5 miles away, and that's a long distance for me. Well, we're coming up to holiday season, which is basically, let's start a massive riot for like 3 weeks here. And I seen some guy on Facebook Marketplace selling empty bottles and coffee jars. Do you have any reason why somebody would be selling empty bottles, glass bottles, and coffee jars, glass coffee jars?
I have no idea whatsoever.
You could probably put mayonnaise in them and light it, but also petrol or gas if you're from America or Texas.
Gas.
Do you not use petrol bombs?
You mean freedom? You mean liquid freedom?
Freedom bombs. That's where you fill the freedom juice into a glass bottle, and then you put a rag in it, and then you light it.
Freedom rag.
Freedom rag, and then you use the.
Or if you're keeping kosher, a freedom schmata.
Yeah, and then you use the freedom Zippo, and then you throw it at the police.
You mean a freedom rectangle?
Yes, freedom rectangle.
It's America.
America.
Every lighter's a Zippo.
Jax, I didn't get that link.
Yeah, I don't see no link nowheres. No way, no how.
Copy it into the chat here on the old YouTube. We're going to do the last story. We're going to do Jax's is the last story. Save me having
I
the
don't
hook.
see it in YouTube.
I don't see it in YouTube either. Give me a wee minute. Yeah, so somebody's selling basically petrol bombs without petrol in them, or gasoline bombs without gasoline in them. I would.
Damn, that sounds like violence to me.
It does, but that's what we do here.
Violence.
It's just like it's a sport. It's a sport. People don't get that. How many petrol bombs and bricks can you throw at emergency services before you get shot with a rubber bullet, or one of those big hoses, which is always comical.
Is that the new hot video game? Is that Mass Effect 4?
Yeah, that's it. No, Jax, I don't know where you're sending this to me. Gonna give him another 30 seconds. I'm sure he's frantically panicking, so he is, to try and find the link. No, go on, Jax, go on. Send the link. Not Discord, though. Not Discord. Reminds me of a kids' TV show from like 70s or 80s.
Is this the link? Is this the one?
Are you not? Are you sending it in actual chat?
I,
He just keeps on
and it's
saying,
probably getting
"All right,
no, it's probably
did it
getting
work?"
auto modded. It's
No,
probably getting auto
I don't
modded.
see any reason to suggest it would
Seeing
be
it.
getting auto modded.
Maybe YouTube just automatically ignores links in chat.
Yeah,
You
but
know
it
what I
did
mean?
before.
Oh wait, I'm seeing top chat versus live chat.
Oh,
No,
same
oh,
here.
live chat is still not showing it.
I'm on top chat too.
It's just in the chat. Hey Jax, that ain't working, bro.
No, Kyle,
I
they're
ain't seeing
not. They're
shit.
Scottish football teams, so they are. They're not Irish, but for some strange, well, there is historical reason. But yes, I would be a Rangers fan if I was to pick a team in Scotland. But I don't watch Scottish football because it's complete. I can't say it. It's horrible to watch. It was good years ago, but it's terrible now. Yeah, I know.
Why was it good years ago? Was it just violent as fuck?
Yeah, no. Actually, there was money involved, and it was a bit more like high quality, and then it sort of went like pub team league for a wee while there, and yeah, it's hard to watch. It's like if you ever watch Irish League football, it's hard to watch. It's very very hard to watch.
Who watches it?
Just basically,
Other people who play Irish League football and just
no.
want to
Well,
know
there's a match that's
what
played on
hockey's looking
Boxing
like.
Day every year between the two rivals in Belfast, and basically it turns into a bunch of 40 to 60-year-old men just basically jump onto the pitch and kick the shit out of each other halfway through the game. Happens
So
nearly
you have to
every
wait
year. So
for
it's like an organized fight in the middle of a football pitch. So yeah. And it's old dudes. It's not even like it's like, it's old dudes. It's not even like it's young people. Like I sent you that video on WhatsApp with the old boy just walking through all the police just starting kicking the van, didn't it? He was like about 70. He starts banging the side of the police car with his stick. You know what I mean? Righty. Okay. I haven't got the link. This is going to be
Yeah,
the last one.
the time has expired. I already played the Jeopardy music.
Yeah, it's got bad words in it. We don't monetize these anyway, so go on, Dave. Just
Oh,
give us a
I mean,
go.
I get to curse.
Yeah,
Does that
multiple
mean I get
times.
to use the grown-up language?
Multiple times by the looks of it. But yeah, we do this for fun.
bet.
We don't do it for YouTube. That's a
Posted by you slash hi there 205 20 days ago. We're in water deep. Shit. A few years ago, I and my family ran the Stranger Things campaign. I got it from a friend. Don't judge, please. Why would anyone judge? All was well and good until my 7-year-old little brother decides to. Oh, right, because D&D fans. That's not real D&D. That's what all y'all motherfuckers sound like arguing over different D&D versions. I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart. Anyway. All was well and good until my 7-year-old little brother decides he's going to literally grill an old man unless he tells us where to go next. My mom, who was DM for that campaign, I wouldn't want to take her place. We did some pretty weird shit. Decides, what the hell? Why not? So he fucking grills this old man just because he didn't know what we were talking about. Farther up the trail, we encounter a woman on a cliff. My brother, being my brother, asks if he can shoot her. My mom says, go ahead and try. So he does. Woman turns out to be a fucking goddess and kills him with a bolt of lightning. We spend 10 minutes of him begging my mom to let him have a do-over. He gets a do-over. My older brother, ever the eloquence master of the party, asks the goddess where we need to go. She simply points to a cave and we go. Kobolds. Lots of kobolds. We met a kobold lord, steal some treasure, fight a demogorgon, fight the Thessalhydra. No more bullshit, right? Nope. We get back to the castle and present the head of the slain Thessalhydra to the king. My little brother asks to see the king's treasure room. King says yes, we go in. He sleight of hand checks. Natural. Fucking 20! He steals 500 gold. We make it halfway to the gates and are party wiped by guards. Thanks, little bro. Edit. Sorry about the title. It's a bit misleading.
That was as much of a shit show as I thought it was going to be just by the title and saying all the curse words in it. But it was enjoyable.
I quit.
Yeah.
Quit.
Don't leave me, Dave. He's got, you know what he
Your
does?
show now. Sorry.
He spends all week working on this. I know he does, and I can.
What do you mean? I just like figure out funny shit that I want it to do, and then I make it do it. And then I, like add the little keybind, and then I'm chilling.
I know. But you get a Stream Deck and not use it because it's just sitting there.
Why would I spend money when I have like
A mobile
11
phone.
keys right here on my keyboard that aren't doing anything?
I don't have those keys on my keyboard.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
It does.
Because, if you had gotten a full-size keyboard, you wouldn't have had to spend money on a Stream Deck like a butthole.
My keyboard's amazing because it's wireless, but the battery only lasts about 4 days on it, so it's plugged in all the time. It's a bit stupid.
I've never had to recharge my keyboard.
Because you've got it plugged into your computer, you weapon. I know. Wireless is bad. The only thing I don't like with wireless is internet. I hate wireless internet, Dave.
Oh, it's the absolute worst.
Yeah, I know. Right.
Is that it?
I
Is
think
that all
that's
she
us.
wrote, Scotty?
I think that's us tonight. Yeah. It's late here. Dave's got interesting things to do, like cooling his crotch off.
Still doing it.
you've
Still
got
got the ice pack.
You've got a pool out the back. Why are you not jumping in the pool?
I'm about to.
Is that what you're about to do, is it?
Well, you fucking better believe I'm about to jump in the pool today. It's way too hot not to.
Yeah. Watch you don't burn, Dave.
I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna go get like some ice cold beers,
Yep.
and then I'm gonna jump in the pool. And a little Sunday fun day.
It's really bad for you. So it is, drinking beers in hot weather. I know this.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it dehydrates you, and then you'll wake up
Oh.
with a banging hangover.
You're talking to a man who drinks way too much water.
Yeah, but not hate, man. I don't know. Your age? I don't know.
I'm young as fuck. I don't know what you're talking about, dog. I'm basically the youngest man alive, okay?
I need Scorpius back on the streams because he makes me feel young.
He is a bit of an alpha cucker, eh?
That's definitely being old.
Yo, so much of this ice pack has already melted. That's insane.
Yeah,
Like, so much of it is already liquid.
that's not good. That's not good. I bet you the ice cubes that Lewis, my son, brought home because he burnt his hand at work last night. I bet you they're
How did he do
still. He put his hand on a grill without looking. He just said he was brushing through and put his
Where's he
hand on.
work?
He works in a restaurant, so he does round the corner.
Look at a Macca's.
No. It's like a pub grubby sort of on the seafront sort of vibe, where it's got like a wee outdoor sitting area and an indoor sitting area, and it's very, very nice actually. I would
Very
not want to be working in that kitchen though, because it's on the third floor, so it'd be tight.
Nope.
Yeah,
I
and
will pass.
You're up and
This is
down.
when you have for the rest of the day.
It looks good. You look like you've gone grey. Jerry, stop sending us money.
Jerry, stop it. How dare you?
Stop it.
How dare you defy me?
Jerry's telling me he's 28. That's not good. Wish you were
That's not
30.
good.
You need to be
I feel
10.
old.
You need to be 10 years older, mate. That make me feel better. Right, we're just talking rubbish, Dave. We're just talking
Please
rubbish.
sub for Nat 20s. We
Yeah.
love you. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful week.
2
I hope you
weeks.
stay cool out there. 2 weeks, right? I'm not going to be here next week, so I guess there can't be a stream.
No stream. No Dave, no stream. That's the rules. Yes, no. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Dave, have fun. Have fun.
Share your stories with us on the subreddit so that we can share them on stream.
We do. And if you have any particular stories, put your name in. I do actually, like if you've got a different Reddit name, stick it at the top that it's, one of the regulars off the stream, and we'll read it out. So,
Yeah, we'll show love. We know who you are.
yeah, we do.
God damn it, Jerry. I thought we told you to stop. Scott, we got to end this stream before
Just-
Jerry says this more money.
I know.
bro.
If you Jerry, I'll send you my PayPal directly, and if you want to send me money, you're more than welcome to.
No. Skip the middleman. Just give it straight to me.
Yeah, well, you give it a Dave too. Yeah, I'm easy. Right, let's go.